In 2014, Sanaipei Tande sparked nationwide conversation with the release of a bold and controversial hit Mfalme wa Mapenzi.
Tuangalie wimbo ule ulioanza nao, ule wimbo wa Mapenzi, umepata Mfalme wa Mapenzi. Ni wimbo ambao ilileta tetesi sana kwenye mitandao. Nini hasa ilichangia wewe kuweza kuimba wimbo kama ule ukifahamu kwamba jamii huenda ikakulenga na kukurushia mawe?
Despite the backlash, Sanaipei's star only continued to rise. She went on to release and be featured in some of East Africa's biggest hits.
Mina kuchagua wewe, wewe uwe wangu. Anapenda wife material, mwenzako anakudanganya.
But behind the glitz and fame lie untold stories. Who was the mystery man featured in the Mfalme wa Mapenzi video? Why did Sema, the once promising pop group Sanaipei was part of, fall apart just as their star was rising?
6 months down the line, Sema ikaanza vita.
And what really happened between Sanaipei and Manga from the hip-hop duo Habib na Manga?
I was in a relationship with this guy for the better part of my 20s. And I mean, I could share so many incidences that just put me down, made me feel so low, so useless, so worn out, and just near endangered my life.
We will explore all of that and more in this documentary, but first a special shout out to Brighton for requesting this documentary and to Mary Mbuche for requesting the video about Pam from the group Sema. We will touch on Sema's story in this video as well. This
is the amazing story of Sanaipei Tande.
Now, let's get started.
Nimempata mfalme wa mapenzi, na mwingine ila yeye. Nakuaga mikwaheri, nami nakutakia laheri, kukupenda misifu, jamani mpenzi.
Natasha Sanaipei Tande, popularly known by her stage name Sanaipei Tande or simply Sana, was born on March 22, 1985 in Mombasa, Kenya, and spent her early years in Nyali, one of the city's most affluent neighborhoods.
We lived in the best neighborhood, Nyali, when Nyali was Nyali those days, when people were not allowed to put up apartments. It was just, bungalows and maisonettes and own compound kind of home.
She began her education at Loreto Convent, Mombasa, before joining Mama Ngina Girls High School. However, her stay there was brief, just a year, due to her dissatisfaction with the school's food. The following year, she transferred to Aga Khan High School. Life took a challenging turn in 1998 when Sanaipei was in class 8. Her family's financial situation deteriorated, making it difficult to afford even basic utilities. By the early 2000s, the hardships had worsened, and maintaining their lifestyle in Nyali was no longer sustainable. In 2001, her family made the tough decision to relocate to Ngong, Nairobi, her father's hometown, in search of more affordable living.
Things started to kind of not work out when I was in standard 8. So we started noticing a few things here and there, like, electricity was cut. Then my dad lost the car. My mom had to take up a job to sell juice in a school just to make ends meet.
In Nairobi, Sanaipei Tande enrolled at St. Lucie Kiriri Girls High School, where she completed her secondary education. She was later admitted to the Kenya Medical Training College to study pharmacy. In 2004, at just 19 and in her first year of college, a life-changing opportunity arose when the Coca-Cola pop star's talent search came to East Africa. Encouraged by her family, Sanaipei auditioned and won. She made a bold decision, dropping out of college to fully commit to her music career.
Yeah, because I didn't complete. The minute I won Pop Stars, then that was that, and I was thrown into this entertainment.
Sanaipei, along with two other winners, Kevin Waweru and Pam formed the pop group Sema. The trio secured a management deal with Homeboyz Records and quickly rose to fame. Notably, the competition's final 6 contestants all went to leave their mark on the Kenya music scene. Among the runners-up were Harry Kimani, known for his hit song Higher, Sheila, whose vocals featured in Kidum's hit Mapenzi, but she was never credited, and Linda Mudhama, who later became known not only for her music, but also as Nyambane's second wife. In 2005, Sema released their 70-track debut album Mwewe to critical and commercial acclaim. Songs like Leta Wimbo, Sakalakata, and Mwewe dominated the airwaves. But among the standout tracks, a lesser known gem stood out for me, Nakuhitaji featuring Redson, very underrated song. Despite their early success, internal tension began to emerge just months after the album's release. Within 6 months, the group disbanded, citing irreconcilable differences and external influences. Several factors contributed to their breakup, including the trio's young age and lack of guidance in handling sudden fame.
Sema's breaking up was just terrible. It was just bad.
Why did they break up?
Personal issues. I don't think those kids were ready for what was handed to them. And that's why, for me, I say talent is nothing. I don't put my talent first. I have to look at the bigger plan, which is the business side of things.
Allegations that Homeboy's record failed to compensate them fairly.
It's not an easy or a light accusation to make. It had to be coming from somewhere. Okay. We never got to the bottom of that because I can't sit here and say Homeboy's definitely cheated us out of our money. And I can't sit here and say Pam and Kevin were definitely right. I can't.
A bishop who promised them greater opportunities if they left their Homeboy's contract to join his band.
This is when we had Bishop Agreketeke, that guy with his church at 680, who sort of now I think was, what do they say? The straw that broke the camel's back. So this bishop came to Kenya and started the church at 680, and it was for rehabilitating prostitutes. So this bishop had given quite a few shows to very many Kenyan celebrities, and he pays really good money. So he had reached out, and I'm sure he had reached out to Homeboys obviously, because that's how we got the gig. And we did perform at 680. After that, he started being that guy for wanting to take the group, like buying us out of the contract with the Homeboys. Now that's where the drama began.
While Kevin and Pam chose to accept the bishop's offer, Sanaipei's family urged her against it. That's how Sema split, and Sana had to start from scratch. With the limited recognition she had gained from Sema, Sanaipei began performing at karaoke bars to make ends meet. This move was met with harsh judgment from some in the industry and the public, who mocked her, claiming she had failed and was nothing without Sema.
Then the ridiculing began. She's nothing without Sema. Yani Sanaipei ameishiwa mpaka imebidi akaimbe kwa bars. Sanaipei is so washed out that she has to now sing with walevi.
Years later, Kevin and Pam parted ways with the bishop's band. Eventually, the bishop himself was deported following serious allegations of fraud and sex trafficking.
And the thing is, with this guy, there was a double spread that was done on him in the Pulse, where he had been exposed.
Sex trafficking.
Something like that.
For Pam, the years following Sema were particularly difficult. In November 2017, disturbing photos of Pam began circulating online. She was seen wandering around local pubs, and many were alarmed by her deteriorating appearance. According to multiple sources, Pam had succumbed to alcoholism and would frequent different bars, often in search of free drinks. This troubling phase came just 2 months after several failed attempts by family and friends who had tried to help her through rehab. After a brief wave of public concern, the story faded, and today, her whereabouts and current situation remain unknown. Kevin also faced his own struggles. In 2020, Ghetto Radio claimed that Kevin was in distress and seeking help after his father allegedly threatened to evict him. In a 2017 interview with Ebri TV Kenya, Sanaipei Tande addressed criticism from fans who questioned why she hadn't stepped in to support her former bandmates, especially Pam, despite being the only one from their group Sema to find lasting success.
I'd be lying if I said we've been keeping in touch. We haven't. And I think in very many interviews I've been very clear to say we were never friends. We won a competition brought together for a common purpose. The common purpose died. That's it. Because a lot of people were asking me on Instagram, so how are we going to help Pam? I read a comment somewhere that said, the moneyed Sanaipei should step up and help. I was like, you do not know my struggles. Do you understand? You just see me there at I'm shining and I'm there with my nice hair, perhaps not even that nice, but you know, don't talk about somebody like you know.
Yeah.
And that's why when they asked me about Pam, I said this is a private issue that will be dealt with privately. I'm not going to be that chile at I'm now going to go to look for her at the Wines and Spirits. At say, Pam, let's take a photo so I can post it and then what?
That's pretty much all there is to say about Sema. Now, back to Sanaipei Tande. In 2006, she made her radio debut, co-hosting Hits Not Homework on Capital FM alongside Eve D'Souza. The following year, she joined Kiss FM, where she took over the mid-morning show and also hosted the weekend segment Keeping It Kenyan. 2007 was a good year for Sana musically. She bounced back with the emotional song Niokoe and teamed up with Big Ping on the popular track You. But it was a feature on Jua Kali's chart-topping hit Kwaheri that truly propelled her from just a star to a superstar.
Najua nikishashika mimba mambo yatakuwa shida.
Lini hiyo? Lini?
Mwaniuliza swali gumu. Ngoja tumtafute yule ambaye atakayetutia mimba
kwanza.
Tumpate yeye.
Sasa hivi hajapatikana. Lakini mbona msana mrembo kama wewe, mbona uko peke yako?
Like, first, I know you don't discuss that, but in general, has it ever been pressure for you, whether you are married?
Since nothing particularly notable happened in Sanaipei Tande's music career between 2007 and 2009, let's take a moment to explore her personal life. As we always say here at FFG 254, while celebrities may try to keep their personal lives private, we pride ourselves on uncovering even the most closely guarded secrets. Between 2006 and 2009, Sanaipei was in a high-profile relationship with fellow musician Andrew Manga, best known for the hit song Fever. Despite the couple's picture-perfect public appearances, the relationship was riddled with turmoil. According to Sanaipei, Manga was emotionally abusive, often belittled her and was unfaithful throughout their time together. The relationship ended in 2012 when Manga left her, claiming she wasn't doing anything meaningful with her life.
I was thrown into a world that I didn't fully understand. I didn't have a grasp on the music industry business. And interestingly, the guy that I was dating at the time who was in the music business, he dumped me because he said I wasn't doing anything with my life. This guy who is supposed to help you, who understands the music business.
Since then, Sanaipei has kept her romantic life away from the spotlight, a decision she attributes to hard-earned lessons from her past. While she has expressed openness to marriage and starting a family someday, she firmly believes that marriage is not a measure of success.
After him, we have not really been able to place Sana with some other guy ever.
Maybe because I learned my lesson. Don't publicize it. It's nobody's business. I don't talk about relationships. I have been in 2 other relationships after that, but you won't find me at, oh my God, me and my baby. It saddens me to see people out there who still look at marriage as an achievement or look at marriage as like the end goal in life. You were put on this earth to get married, get children, and now you're complete. Yeah. So that's why for me it doesn't bother me whether people say hana mtu amezeeka. Huyo mtu anakuambia ujazaa hata kusaidia na huyo mtu.
Now, back to music. In 2010, Sanaipei returned to the music scene with a bang. She was featured in the star-studded remix of Matrax's popular hit Big Shot and also released her own chart-topping single Najuta.
And I'm a big shot, yes I'm a big man.
Her musical momentum continued strong into 2011 and 2012 with a series of successful collaborations and releases. In 2012, she exited a position at Kiss 100 and in 2013 joined Easy FM, later rebranded as Nation FM. There, she co-hosted the Drive show alongside the late Edward Quach. Their chemistry and captivating content quickly made it the highest-rated mid-morning radio show in the country. Also in 2013, Sanaipei Tande released the single I Wish and once again teamed up with Jua Kali for the hit song Getty Kali.
I wish it was last December when you said I love you. So I get to Kali, me, huwezi kunifaidi, baby.
What many fans may not know is that Getty Kali was originally meant to be Jua Kali's song. However, Jua Kali, a pioneer of the genge genre, was hesitant to release a love song due to concerns that it might compromise his street cred. He decided to give the song to Sanaipei and agreed to be featured on it instead.
Did Getty Kali also. Getty Kali was actually supposed to be Jua Kali's song. The beat was
Yeah.
When I did the chorus, his feedback was he doesn't want to do something that's centered around love. So I took the beat and I made it mine.
The following year, in 2014, Sanaipei released a highly controversial song Mfalme wa Mapenzi. The music video for this song was banned from mainstream media for its explicit nature. Despite the ban, or perhaps because of it, the song gained significant attention online. 5 years later, on January 9, 2019, Sanaipei re-uploaded the video to her YouTube channel, where it has since accumulated over 700,000 views. Responding to critics at the time, Sanaipei defended the song as a celebration of intimacy. She called out the hypocrisy of those who secretly engage in love making, yet publicly condemn open discussions or artistic expressions about it.
So I was talking about celebration of love making. Ni kitu ambacho kinaendelea. Lakini nafikiri sijui kama najua neno la hypocrisy katika lugha ya Kiswahili. Lakini utakuta mara nyingi watu watasema ai jamani ameimbaje nyimbo kama ile. Makosa, dhambi. Lakini wayafanya.
Interestingly, whether people loved or hated the song, one thing they all seemed curious about was the identity of the man featured in the steamy video. After much speculation, it was finally revealed to be Biko Adema, a former Kenyan rugby player. Despite hosting the most popular show in the country at the time, Sanaipei Tande was among 42 staff members let go by Nation FM in September 2015, when the station downsized and ultimately shut down. Without a steady income, Sanaipei was forced to return to hosting karaoke nights at different bars in Nairobi to make ends meet. Even in the midst of these challenges, she never forgot her fans. That same year, she released 2 singles, Rastaman and Ankula Who. In 2016, Eve D'Souza gave Sanaipei Tande her acting debut with a cameo role in the popular Kenyan comedy series Anti-Boss through her production company Moonbeam Productions.
Eve D'Souza ni juzi tu tumerealize kwamba alipokuwa standard 8 mimi nilikuwa standard 2 na tulikuwa the same school Loreto ya Mombasa. Yeye ndio alinipatia cameo appearance in Anti-Boss.
That same year, Sana faced financial challenges sustaining her lifestyle in Westlands, where she was paying 55,000 Kenya shillings for a 2-bedroom apartment. She decided to move back to a parents' home to reset and start afresh.
And after 1 year, I realized I cannot sustain my lifestyle. I lived in Westlands in a 2-bedroom. I had my car, which I had to fuel. It just wasn't working out, because, you've got 2 to 3 karaokes, you have like 10 Gs here, 7 Gs here, you have 55,000 to pay for an apartment, and then what? Like, what money are you sending home? How are you helping your people? And so at this point, I decided to pack my things and go home. I went back to my parents' home.
By 2017, Sanaipei was working her way back. She released popular singles like Simama Imara and the massive hit Amina, while also collaborating with Tanzanian legend Chege on the song Najiuliza. Eve D'Souza, again, recognized her talent and cast her in a recurring role on the show Vashita. Sana also moved out of her parents' house into a lodging to better manage her schedule as a karaoke host. Unfortunately, the job came with mistreatments from bosses and customers, which often left her emotionally drained.
The one thing that I can do in my sleep, and that was very quick to get, was karaoke. So I quickly went back into that, only that this time it was worse because I ended up doing it in places where if you're not escorted to your car at midnight, there was a lot of mistreatment, manhandling, insults by customers. Sometimes you would finish a night and want to get paid and you're told it wasn't a good night, so let's work the weekend, we'll give you your money next week. Or even at times utaambiwa mdosi yako acha do. So you're leaving there empty-handed, going to your empty tank car. And very many times, very many nights, I would finish my karaoke after drinks and laughs, and I would drive back to my home and I would cry in the car. I would really cry and just ask myself, just why? Just why am I here? How am I here? And try to find somebody to blame. There's really no one to blame. It's life. Life has ups and downs.
Her fortunes changed dramatically in late 2017 when Rashid Abdallah cast her in the lead role of the Swahili soap opera Aziza. This show, which aired on Citizen TV from 2017 to 2019, was a major success that finally gave her the financial stability she needed. This enabled her to move back into her familiar 55k apartment in Westlands and begin building her own house as well. As her acting career flourished, she had less time to focus on music. However, in 2018, she teamed up with Otile Brown to release one of East Africa's biggest hits, Chaguo La Moyo. 2020 was arguably her best year in the entertainment industry, solidifying her status as a powerhouse in both music and acting. She teamed up with Otile Brown again for the hit Ayana and released her own projects like Mdaka Mdakiwa and Kunitema. She was also featured on Nadia Mukami's smash hit Wangu, which garnered over 4 million YouTube views in its first week.
God bless your father, I and I. asante sana kunitema my lover. Huyo nasema ni wangu.
In the same year, she released her debut album Sana, a compilation of her greatest hits. Sana also starred as Nana Tandala on the Kenya soap opera Kina. Her compelling performance earned her the Kalasha Award for Best Lead Actress in a TV drama in 2022. Sana left the show in February 2023 after appearing in over 700 episodes across 4 seasons. Although rumors circulated about alleged conflicts with fellow cast members and financial disagreements, she later clarified the situation in multiple interviews. She explained that her departure was driven by exhaustion and an urgent need for rest.
I pushed myself beyond, my own limits, and I ended up getting chronic.
Back to music. In October 2021, Sanaipei Tande released a 6-track EP titled Nabo. The project featured collaborations with Kenya heavyweights Nyashinski and Calligraph Jones.
Jaribu kundanganya kama wanijale, kama wanijale. Sasa vipi wataka nishushe kiwango?
The EP also includes the gospel song Yuko Na Wewe, in which Sana expresses gratitude to God for being there during difficult times.
Yuko na wewe, leo kesho na kila siku.
Yuko Na Wewe is it's a personal song for me. It's a gratitude song, considering where I've come from, what I've been through, and the fact that I've come out still on top. For me, I felt a need to say thank you. You could imagine whoever I'm saying thank you to, but for me, this is saying thank you to God and just, going through that journey and everything that I've learned and everything that has happened has actually worked to my benefit. Even if it's negative, it propelled me to where I am today. So Yuko Na Wewe is just, even through trials and tribulations, he's there. He just wants to see how much you will learn from that.
Alongside the EP, 2021 was also a busy year for collaborations. Sanaipei lent her vocals to several hits, including
Natamani lako joto, natamani maso. Show me how to hold you. Nasabila unanifurahisha.
After this burst of activity, Sanaipei Tande took a break from the music scene, re-emerging in 2025 to celebrate her 40th birthday with a new project. She released a second EP, 40 and Fortune. In the same year, she teamed up with Vijana Barubaru for a remix of their hit Liwe Liwalo.
Liwalo na liwe, liwe, liwe. Liwalo na liwe.
On screen, 2025 was also a major year for Sanaipei Tande in the world of film and television. She starred in 2 of Kenya's biggest blockbuster drama series, Cash Money and The Chocolate Empire. Sanaipei Tande's journey is a powerful testament to resilience and unwavering self-belief. From the sudden rise and dramatic fall of the group Sema to navigating betrayal, financial hardship and public scrutiny, her path has been anything but easy. She has repeatedly reinvented herself, emerging stronger each time, transforming from a pop star to a celebrated radio host, a struggling karaoke singer, and finally, a household name in both music and acting. Her story is not just about fame, it's about turning setbacks into comebacks and building a legacy forged in fire, proving that with tenacity and talent, it's possible to rise again and again. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more East African celebrities content. Curious about what happened to Kenyan music legend Amina? That's the next video I recommend. See you soon.